What's good, Veronica? You got Team Benavides? Shout out everybody from Arizona. I hope you're rooting for Jesus Ramos Jr. too from Casa Grande. That's the homeboy. There's about 5,000 people here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're getting underway, guys.
And welcome to MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Premier Boxing Champions presents our weigh-in for tomorrow's stacked pay-per-view event on Prime Video. From T-Mobile Arena, two of the sport's young undefeated stars.
You know, interesting, Veronica, a lot of people on my Twitter page were saying they didn't like her. They didn't like her line of questioning.
And the event
I think they could have done better.
By Samson Boxing, Warriors Boxing, TGB Promotions.
I mean, her English and Spanish was good, but her line of questioning was kind of divisive.
Sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
You didn't like her either,
El Mexicano brand products.
Yeah, my wife didn't like her either.
Authentic sabor to your table. Somos El Mexicano. And by the film Last Breath, make every breath count. Starring Woody Harrelson, only in theaters February 28th. Tickets are still available at AXS.com. Now, before we get to our pay-per-view card, we also have the PBC prelims that will stream live via free access beginning 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Now, let's meet our fighters. First, Premier Boxing Champions presents 10 rounds in the middleweight division, coming to the stage with a record of 18 victories, 13 by knockout, opposite of 3 defeats and 1 draw. From Los Angeles, California, here is Angel Ruiz. And now bringing up his opponent. This man is undefeated, 6 victories, all 6 by knockout. Fighting out of Providence, Rhode Island by way of Camagüey, Cuba. He is a knockout artist, Yoeli Feliciano Hernandez.
They're kind of tired, yeah. Providence, Rhode Island, that's where Boo Boo Andrade is from. Shout out to SRT Live, the home bar. I believe, is he SRT from Rhode Island? SRT, are you from Rhode Island? Somebody let me know. I think SRT's from Rhode Island. Polly D, DJ Polly D from Rhode Island. You guys remember the TV show The Contender? Manfredo was a blue collar guy from Providence.
Thank you. 159.6 for Ruiz. And now we welcome the hard-hitting Cuban, Yoeli Feliciano Hernandez.
Yeah, we will.
158.4, 158.4 for
Angel Ruiz is from Tijuana, actually. I guess he lives in LA. He's got permission to live in LA. But there's a slew of great fighters out of TJ, including Angel Fierro, who's the person fighting Pitbull Cruz. And of course, Jaime Munguia, Hall of Famer Eric Morales. Angel Ruiz is a tough bastard. He's been in a lot of close fights. He fights for anywhere from 154 to 160.
This will be our first bout.
He's a tough guy.
On Prime Video. Angel Relampago Ruiz against Yoeli Feliciano Hernandez.
Good for Angel. I didn't know he was on this card. You see Angel showing off. He's pumped. He always gives guys good fights. He's in for a tough test against a Cuban.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue to our second matchup on those PBC prelims. Premier Boxing Champions presents.
It's going to be a long afternoon.
Featherweight World Title Eliminator. First, coming to the stage with 22 victories, including 9 by knockout, opposite of 1 defeat and a 1 draw. Representing Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico, here is Christian Kiki Olivo. And now we welcome his opponent. He is unbeaten, 14 victories, 11 by knockout, representing Arroyo Seco, Santa Fe, Argentina. He is an Argentine Olympian, Mirko Cuello.
We're gonna have to get up constantly.
Muchas fotos de vacaciones por ahí en Tulum, pero sé que tu corazón te hace tu roto, pero estabas perdiendo el tiempo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now the first fighter getting set to step onto the scale. Once again, from Sonora, Mexico, Christian Kiki Olivo. 125.6, 125.6 for Olivo.
What's good, everybody? Smash that like so I can get
Now we welcome the
get out there on the algorithm. We got some featherweights on the scale.
125.6, 125.6 for Cuello.
Yeah, that's Bob Santos right there, San Jose. Bob Santos now trains Jason Rosario as well as a bunch of other guys. We got 4 seats here.
This is the second matchup on the PBC prelims on Prime Video. WBA Featherweight World Title Eliminator Christian Kiki Olivo against Mirko Cuello.
They couldn't have gone down there.
Once again, those are our PBC prelims, and they will be free access Prime Video, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Now, before we get to our pay-per-view card,
Yeah, enough of the YouTube fights.
once again, I want to let you guys know you can enter to
You can
win
watch those
the
fights on
beautiful
YouTube for free around 3 o'clock.
mini belt. And I just got word that they were signed by Angel Fierro and Isaac Pitbull Cruz. And once again, you can enter that contest. You can take a selfie from your seat here, post it on Instagram. Make sure to tag Premier Boxing and use the hashtag Benavidez Moral, and you will, as the PBC social media team will send the DM to the winner. Now,
Wow.
I'll turn things over to the legendary Jimmy Lennon Jr.
You're gonna get a DM from PBC.
Thank you, Miguel. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you and welcome to the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Premier Boxing Champions presents the PBC pay-per-view on Prime. Ceremonial
Lennon, he's the one that has a house in
weigh-in,
Venice?
anticipating
Jimmy
a big
Lennon?
night of action. Highly anticipated
Venice
night taking
Beach?
place tomorrow night at the T-Mobile Arena right across the street.
No, Venice
and
Beach.
it's brought to you by Samson Boxing, along with Warriors Boxing, TGB Promotions, and Mayweather Promotions, and sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. By El Mexicano Brand Products, bringing authentic sabor to your
DraftKings.
table. Somos El Mexicano. And the
Thanks a lot,
film
everybody, joining me. I know you guys can
Last
watch this on
Breath. Make
PBC's
every
YouTube
count.
channel.
Starring
It's
Woody
Dave in the
Harrelson
702
only in
Shoeshine
theaters
Boxing out here.
February
Give you guys a
28th.
glimpse. We got about
Right back, here we
5,000
go. Our opening
I'm gonna guess there's like 5,000
pay-per-view
people here.
attraction features fighters 10 rounds of boxing in the middleweight division. Let's bring them up to the stage at this time. First, fighting out of Las Vegas by way of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Please
Jason
welcome
Banana
the
Rosario.
former unified super welterweight champion of the world, Jason Banana Rosario.
Yo guys, former unified 154 champ right here. If you guys watch the videos on my channel, I've got interviews with Brian Mendoza, who fights out of Las Vegas too.
And his opponent now coming to the ring.
Brian Mendoza knocked him out.
From Casa Grande, Arizona.
That's my boy right here, Jesus. Arizona in the building. Just keeping my eye out for people annoying me. Guys, I've been following Jesus since he was about 19. I've got a couple interviews on my channel with him. He's a great kid, fighting family. His uncle's Abel Ramos.
Here is the former hard-hitting champion of the world, Jason Banana Rosario. Jason Rosario weighs in at 159.2 pounds, 159.2.
Guys, this is unusual because Jesus took this fight at middleweight.
And now we invite his opponent to the scale.
Whether he stays at middleweight permanently, I don't know. It's a very empty division. It's a division he could probably get a title opportunity.
Contender, Jesus Mono Ramos. Ramos weighs in at 159 pounds, 159. We have a fight. 10 rounds of boxing opening the pay-per-view attraction tomorrow evening.
This fight is at the middleweight division.
At 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. in the East.
So Jesus Ramos is a 2,500 to 1 favorite. Don't underestimate from San Jose, California, who lives here now, Bob Santos, trainer of the year, 2023, I believe. Bob Santos' his son, Jay Santos. Jay Santos is gonna be the shit, man. He's the youngest. He works all the corners. He's just like 21 years old. He's probably gonna be a future great trainer to all these future champions.
This fight, 10 rounds of boxing opens up our pay-per-view. Jesus Mono Ramos versus Jason Banana Rosario. And now let's take an opportunity to hear from our fighters with ubiquitous and multi-talented boxing broadcaster Miguel Flores. Take it away, Miguel.
Thanks, Jimmy. Jason, you have talked, you've been very energized and excited during this fight week. You've had a tough few years, but you talked about your renewed passion for the sport. Do you look at this fight as a second chance for your career?
Bueno, Jason, has hablado de esta pelea con mucha energía, con mucho optimismo, se te ve renovado. ¿Ves esta pelea como una segunda oportunidad para tu carrera?
Bueno, realmente, primeramente, gracias a Dios. Verdaderamente, ver todas estas personas alrededor de mí, verme de nuevo en un evento.
Who you guys got in this fight, Jason Rosario or the young gun Jesus Ramos Jr.?
¿Qué más oportunidad que esa, tú sabes? Creo que mañana se va a ver el fruto de lo que es el sufrimiento, el sacrificio y el dolor que tuvimos que pasar para llegar aquí.
Well, first of all, I'm blessed to be here.
It's a do or die fight for Rosario, man.
In front of you,
Loses this, he's a gatekeeper.
Everybody that was here, I truly appreciate you. And you'll see tomorrow the fruits of my sacrifice, the pain and everything that I had to go through in order to be here and be at my best on Saturday night. Looking forward to it, and it's going to be an absolutely great opportunity for me.
All right, thank you, Jason. Jason Banana Rosario.
Jason Rosario coming off a draw on ProBox TV. Got himself a PBC fight here.
Got a lot of fans here from Arizona. I know Arizona. What does it mean to be on this card, and what do you have to prove tomorrow night?
Primero que nada, nada, le quiero dar gracias a toda mi gente, muchas gracias por todo el apoyo. And to answer your question, man, yeah, you know, I had to come out and put on a show for all my people that came out, especially from Arizona, to support us. Appreciate the love. And yeah, man, that's what I'm going to do, put on the show more, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Jesus Mono Ramos Jr.
One of the nicest young fighters in the business right now, guys. He can crack. He's a southpaw. He can box. Fighting family. Abel Ramos is his uncle. Bright future. Highly likely to be a future world champion, too. I interviewed him, and we spoke about the potential for him to fight Tim Tszyu last year. That fight fell apart because he lost to Lubin on the undercard of the Canelo fight. But he's still down. He said he'll go down to Australia for the opportunity to fight Tim Tszyu. Obviously, he has his eyes on Fundora. He beat Brian Mendoza, and Brian Mendoza is the only guy to knock out Fundora. Fundora was knocked out viciously by Brian Mendoza, and Jesus has a very important win over Brian Mendoza. So does Bohacek. Bohacek recently, last March, Brian Mendoza stepped in to fill in at the last minute, and Bohacek fucked him up. I don't think Brian Mendoza was ready for that fight. He was on standby. He said he was ready. I talked to him, interviews on my page, on my channel. But Brian Mendoza took kind of a savage beating against Sergey Bohacek. Bohacek is the real deal, guys. My favorite fight of 2024 in Las Vegas was Bohacek versus Virgil Ortiz. That fight was fucking insane. It was the best slugfest. Just dynamic, high output. Virgil Ortiz tasted the canvas twice. Somehow came away with the win. I'd love to see them run it back. I don't think not too sure the right guy got the right call on that fight. I'd love to see them run it back.
All right, fans, here we go from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. We continue with
my chat might be dead, guys, or you guys aren't chatting. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys have in these main events?
At this time, first,
who do you guys have? We're gonna. All right, here we go, guys. This fight's gonna be nuts. Angel Fierro.
Toshiro Fierro.
Hey, Cubole, you're still in Arizona? We got Angel Fierro out of Tijuana. Great fighter, guys. Both of these guys have 2 losses. Chilango. Look how many people like Pitbull, guys. Watch. People love Pitbull. They love him. He got his own merchandise on the front of the MGM Grand. I showed it last night on my channel. Get yourself a Pitbull Cruz t-shirt, sweatshirt. Hey, what's good, Wiley? You know, there's some other Las Vegas streamers out here. I know they probably got way more people, but they probably don't know shit about boxing. Safe to say they don't know shit. Man, Fierro beats Pitbull Cruz. That's a big, big upset. But he probably could do it.
139 even pounds, 139 for Angel Fierro.
But this is most likely going to be a slugfest.
And now we bring up to the scale with a record of 26-3-1, 18 knockouts, popular all-action.
Here we go, Pitbull Cruz.
Pitbull Cruz. 138.6 pounds, 138.6.
Damn, a whole pound and a half under the limit. It's crowded now, guys. The doors opened at 12. That section's empty, but everywhere around me is completely full. You can always come on Cinco de Mayo, Wiley. You know, those are great weekends to come down to Vegas. Very exciting. Even if the fight's not very good, it's always exciting. Let's get it.
Special WBC commemorative belt.
This has a belt on the line. It's not a real belt. It's a commemorative belt to Israel Vasquez that passed away of cancer. He was only 46 years old.
This fight promising to be all
WBC
action, 10 rounds of boxing.
Aztec Warrior belt, I believe. Mexico versus Mexico. Tijuana versus Mexico City. Crowd is loving it. Yeah, it's about 6,000 people now, I think.
Now let's hear from our fighters. Once again, here's Miguel.
Pitbull doesn't say much, guys.
All right, Angel, pretty intense face-off. Tomorrow night, you're facing a former world champion. A lot's been said, as you can see, he's very popular.
Not yet, Wiley. I got to run some errands.
Underdog. How do you pull off the upset tomorrow night?
Bueno, Ángel, acá un careo muy intenso. Isaac es el favorito. ¿Cómo vas a hacer para el batacazo este sábado por la noche?
Bueno, Isaac no siempre se ha quejado que sus peleadores le corren. Esperemos que el día sábado no se haga corriendo él. Yo vengo al choque.
Damn, he just said Pitbull better not run from him. Said Pitbull better not run. Pitbull never runs.
He's complaining all the time about how fighters run away from him. Well, I'm going to come forward. Let's see if he doesn't
This
run
is
away
going to be a
from me.
slugfest.
All right, thank you, Angel Fierro. And now let's go to his opponents, the ever-popular former world
Here we go.
champion.
Pip gave his career.
You hate fighters that run away. It's an all-Mexican showdown. He said he's gonna go right to the center of the ring and find you. What's your last message to him after that intense face-off?
A ver, escuchaste lo que dijo él, ¿no? De que vos vas a correr en vez de él. ¿Cuál es tu último mensaje para tu rival?
Nada, yo nada más lo que le digo de frente es de que todos hablan y dicen que no.
Away from me. Let's see if he grips his word. I want him to be aggressive. I'm here in Vegas. I'm going to give you guys a great fight. Don't miss it. It's going to be awesome.
This is probably going to be the best fight of the night. Unless David versus David delivers, this is probably going to be the most exciting fight of the
There
four.
they are, ladies and gentlemen. That's the second bout of our stacked 4-fight pay-per-view event. Letting you know also, we have 13 fights scheduled for tomorrow night, so come early and enjoy it. Pay-per-view begins at 5 p.m. local time. That's 8 p.m. in the East. And tickets are available, AXS.com. Join us for this stacked and very exciting night of boxing coming away tomorrow night. And once again, brought to you by Samson Boxing, Warriors Boxing, TGB Promotions, and Mayweather Promotions. Our next fight coming into the ring, up to the stage in just a few moments as we continue with our ceremonial weigh-in brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions.
If you guys just heard him, Ceremonial, they weigh in really early in the morning. It gives them an opportunity, if they don't make weight, to shed some pounds. The Nevada State Athletic Commission gives them up to 2 hours to lose weight in case they don't make it on the first attempt, and that allows fighters to go use a sauna, whatever method that is safe and approved by the Athletic Commission to lose whatever amount of weight. If they don't make weight, then they start to negotiate at the last minute to do what they can to get the fight going. Usually it means that one fighter's got to give up money, got to give up a portion of his purse. Everything went smooth today this morning. Everybody appears to have made weight with no issue. Although David Morrell, from what I saw on Fight Hub, shout out to Marcos Villegas, David Morrell looked like he was being held up by his homies as he was walking away from the weigh-in. Well, his teammate and coach. Who had the harder weight cut? I'm going to say probably David Morrell, because David Benavidez has been working out with Memo Heredia. Memo Heredia, one of the finest strength and conditioning coaches in the business. He's also the nemesis to Victor nutritionalist, so-called, now owns Snack Nutrition in the Bay Area. He's also, advisors to Devin Haney, Caleb, a whole...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Continue with our weigh-in with our co-main event.
What other sports is on tomorrow? UFC? Where's the UFC fighting? Are they fighting?
Of the world, let's welcome the fighters as they make their way to the stage at this time. First, we present from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, shout out to Drew.
He is tomorrow night's challenger. He is the former
Stephen Fulton,
Super Bantamweight champion of the world. Please welcome Stephen Scooter Fulton.
Let's see if they're all wearing Eagles gears. Are they wearing Philly Eagles? They're wearing green. Yeah, he wearing some
And
green.
now his opponent, hailing from Weslaco, Texas, the two-division world champion, the current
Let's see, Brandon
WBC
Figueroa got
Featherweight
fans.
champion of the world, the Heartbreaker, Brandon Figueroa.
I hope the Heartbreaker's a jawbreaker.
Yo, so Brandon calls himself the Heartbreaker, and Fulton saying, you gonna meet the Jawbreaker this Saturday. This is a rematch. Stephen Fulton was saying earlier this morning that he has to get the win. If he gets the win, he thinks the Eagles are gonna beat Kansas City. He represents Philly. You got Boots Ennis' dad in the corner.
Now this fight is a
Mosey Ennis is here, that's his trainer. Boots Ennis just signed that big fight, welterweight unification.
This time it's 12
They're
rounds
representing
of boxing
Philly.
for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. We'll invite our challenger to the scale first. With a record of 22 wins, only 1 defeat. He has 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former unified super bantamweight champion of the world. Please welcome to the scale.
Yes, I saw
Steven
that.
Scooter.
Pretty funny last
Fulton.
night. Paul, I saw that he was being chased by that guy Vegas VIP or something. And you know, I've been on VIP's channel before. I was thinking of going up to Fro if I see him and tell him I'm VIP.
And now we invite
You don't know. I'm gonna tell Fro, what's up, man? I'm Vegas VIP. What's up with all that shit you talking? Wasn't that dude chasing him and shit? That was weird. Why are you chasing a grown man? What's wrong with these streamers?
125
Paul, do you know where Fro's sitting?
25.8.
Oh man, is this Pat Benatar? Pat Benatar got me a copyright the other day. You know, I thought he got here. I checked and was seeing who was live, and I saw that he had a good seat early. So I think he's probably sitting below me somewhere, like over here. Because the doors opened at noon, and I got here about 12:45. Yeah, Stephen Fulton, guys. He says if he wins, for sure, the Philly Eagles are going to beat Kansas City. A lot of Kansas City Chiefs fans. A lot of people wearing Kansas City shit right here.
We expect the same tomorrow night as they are fighting for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. The Heartbreaker Brandon Figueroa versus Stephen Scooter Fulton.
Man, I can't believe this is a title fight.
Once again, we're going to hear from both of our fighters as they prepare to rest it up, get ready for tomorrow night's big battle. Once again, here is Miguel Flores.
What?
Steven,
That's
you have
pretty
been very
funny.
focused, calm, cool, and collected all fight week. This is the rematch. It's been over 3 years. However, how do you keep the result the same to become a 2-division world champion?
First of all, I just gotta say thank God for being in this position. Me and my team to be back in this position, to become world champion again. And
So somebody here thinks it's funny if you tell Fro that VIP is here, and then I'll walk up to him if I see him, and I'll tell him I'm
All right,
VIP.
ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Stephen Scooter Fulton. And now let's turn things over to the
Who you guys got in this
champ, Brandon
WBC
Figueroa.
featherweight
Brandon,
title?
This is obviously, it's been talked about.
PBC's
a
always
rematch.
had this. Ray Vargas used to have this
You
title.
felt like you were wrong.
They always
in
kind of
that
keep
first
this
fight. You felt
featherweight
like you
title
won
here,
that.
that belt
You
by the
said
WBC
126
here.
pounds, it's a different beast.
Both of these guys have
What
been
is gonna be
champions at
different about it, and how
122.
you
Both of them are
leave
former
no doubt
champions.
in the result
Rematch.
this time around?
What's good, Finny?
I'm very excited.
Man, you didn't have to, man. They coming up next. They coming up next, Finny.
Like I said,
A lot of Arizona people you're gonna see.
All right, there you heard it. Once again, the champ, the Heartbreaker, Brandon Figueroa.
Appreciate that, Finny. Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona is
You
definitely
don't
in
want
the
to miss
building.
that co-main event
Lot of
the
people from
evening.
Phoenix
it's a
here.
rematch. It's promising to be another great fight on a great fight card scheduled tomorrow night. Once again at the T-Mobile Arena across the street here in Las Vegas. And we're
Vinny,
leading up
we got to
to our
organize
main
where you
event.
guys come to a fight, and you invite the homeboy, the other
The
guy,
action is sponsored by
PM.
DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is
I know that he
yours.
loves
By
Canelo, so he'll
making
probably
underground
come
products,
for
bringing
May
authentic
or September.
sabor to your table.
But September, if he
Somos
fights
Mexicano
Bud Crawford,
is also
it's going to
brought to you
fucking
by
be
the
bananas.
film Last
It's probably going to be as big as the Mayweather Canelo fight that happened over 10 years
That's on
ago.
February 28th.
It's going to sell.
Get ready for the main event weigh-in. They're coming to the stage.
It's going to be
momentarily.
cracking. I was here for that weekend, Canelo versus Mayweather. It took like an hour to get a cab out of MGM Grand. It was fucking electric. Everybody was on fire. A lot of Mexicans were disappointed, but he got schooled. He learned, he learned a lot from that. Mayweather gave him a lesson that Canelo ran with, and he had an incredible streak after that. Wiley, you can't see Crawford winning? Yeah, I want to do this show with Finney where we all get on a panel and we talk about that fight, because when you talk about crossover fights like that have a lot of mass appeal, everybody gets ready to talk. People engage. The chat gets crazy. People feel strongly one way or another. Whether Crawford can come up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo, you just got to remember they're about the same height, and Crawford actually has longer arms. Yeah, that was an incredible. I mean, he made Canelo look like what Floyd used to have this thing where he'd say, "Oh, that motherfucker's a C-class fighter." He said Arturo Gatti, that's a C-class fighter, and he made Arturo Gatti look like a C-class fighter. He made Canelo look like a C-class fighter. And he wasn't even young. Mayweather was in his mid-30s at that point.
Tomorrow night for the featured attraction, Premier Boxing Champions presents the weigh-in for the featured attraction of
Here we
the
go,
evening.
guys. All
And the
20
night
of
is
you
brought
in
to you by
here.
Samson
Let's hit that like
Boxing,
button.
Warriors Boxing, TGB Promotions.
We're about to see how many
and
Arizona peeps are here.
Mayweather Promotions. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the stage at this time, fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, by way of Santa Clara, Cuba. He's the former super middleweight world champion, the current WBA light
We got one
heavyweight
Cuban
champion
flag.
of the world. Please welcome David Morrell.
Ooh, big crowd for David Benavidez. They don't like David Morrell. David Morrell's had most of his fights in Minneapolis at the Armory on PBC, but he ain't tripping. Let's see, we got Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields has been here before. I mentioned it, guys. He took Vernon Forrest to fight Sugar Shane Mosley, and at the time was a massive upset. Ronnie Shields came up with a game plan, and they defeated Sugar Shane Mosley.
And it's champion versus champion. Someone's must go. Now we bring up his opponent, fighting
Undefeated
in Las Vegas
fighters.
by way
Let's see, crowd.
of Phoenix, Arizona. The former 2-time WBC super middleweight champion of the world, the current interim WBC light heavyweight champion, the Mexican monster, David El Monstro Benavidez.
The monster. Oh, cool, Paul. You told him? Did you tell him I'm VIP? Here we go, guys. David Benavidez. He's got his own band too. Tomorrow, if you watch the fight, he's gonna bringing in his own band. La Roja Bandera.
And now it's time to bring our fighters to the scale. This is for the combined WBC and WBA light heavyweight championship of the world. 12 rounds of boxing schedule. Weight limit is 175 pounds. First, with a record of 11-0 with 9 knockouts, he is indeed undefeated. The hard-hitting southpaw, the 2-division world champion, David Morrell.
Southpaw. Yeah, he definitely ducked him. He ducked this guy too, though. There was no way he was ever going to give David Morrell an opportunity. Both of these guys are nightmares for Canelo. They've got the youth. They're just young, man. Young, strong. Here we go.
Two-division champion of the world, the Mexican monster, David El Monstro Benavidez, 174.2. Fighters weigh in exactly the same.
All right, guys, here's a face-off. David Benavidez completely disdains David Morrell. David Morrell, calm and collective. David Benavidez says this shit is personal. He hates him. They're talking shit. They're shaking heads. They're trying to get in each other's head.
At this point, we don't want to see the fighters too close to each other. It's a true grudge match. The stakes are high. This is the last time they'll face each other before they meet in the center of the ring tomorrow night for the unified
David Benavidez is talking shit.
Championship of the world. The Mexican Monster, David El Monstro Benavidez versus David Morrell.
David Morrell broke the stair first. They're still talking shit. All right, guys, no shoving, no pushing. Went without a hitch. That's the official.
And now it's time to hear from the fighters.
The face-off. Let's see if anything more happens here. Any drama, last-minute drama.
David, this is the biggest stage you have ever been on. Nobody has been able to figure out Benavidez. What will be the key for you tomorrow night?
David, nadie ha podido dilucidar a Benavidez todavía. ¿Cuál va a ser la clave para que vos ganes mañana por la noche? ¿Cuál va a ser la clave para ganar mañana por la noche?
Man, this is a pro David Benavidez crowd, man. He's been building a fan base here. Over the past 18 months I've been living in Vegas, David Benavidez has been headlining PBC cards, and he's building his own fan base.
What is he going to learn about you tomorrow night?
Shit, Morrell just said I'm going to break his face tomorrow. He's going to learn I'm going to break his face. Crowd booing.
One thing is to do it.
David Benavidez telling him, let's all boo this guy.
Very, very different. Let's see if he's actually able to do what he said.
I hope this fight's as good as it looks on paper, guys. David Benavidez has abs. It's important, guys. He sometimes suffers, you know, he was a fat kid as a teenager, but he's looking pretty shredded at 175. Credit to his strength and conditioning coach, Memo Heredia, who got him in shape. Here we go.
That final face-off has been a build-up of bad blood. What did you see in his eyes in that final face-off?
Realmente le quiero mandar un saludo a toda mi gente, toda mi raza de México, de Phoenix, Arizona.
Shout out to Phoenix.
Like I said, all the talking is done. We're gonna beat the fuck out of David.
David, he said yesterday, the Mexican Monster, that name is just a myth. Is it going to be a myth tomorrow night?
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of David Morrell. He's gonna see the Mexican Monster is exciting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the Mexican Monster, David El Monstro Benavidez.
What's good, Mario? Thank you, man. Appreciate it. That's it, guys. I'm gonna actually go outside now and I'll wait for some of these people to leave. There's a couple of Vegas streamers that I might run into. We'll see if there's any boxers, but I'm gonna turn off the live stream now. And I appreciate everybody here, man. I appreciate you, Mario. You gotta come on the Shoe Shine, man. Next week, if you're free, anytime, let me know. And let me know when you want me to jump on your podcast. Everybody, check out my boy Mario Munguia.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Is that Infighting Pod on YouTube? Let me know, man. Cool, yeah, appreciate it. I'll hit you up on Twitter. If I got your cell phone too, I'll hit you up, man. This has been the ceremonial weigh-ins, guys. About 5,000-6,000 people showed up. That's a good start, man. I hope they sell tickets well. This is going to be a banger of a fight. It's a great way to start off PBC's season for 2025. And we'll be sure to cover it come Monday on the Shoe Shine. Peace out, everybody.
What happened?